You're already a homeowner in Prince George. Maybe you're ready to upsize because the family has grown. Maybe you're downsizing now that the kids have moved out. And maybe life has shifted and you need a different home. You start looking, you find the one you love, and then the question hits you, what happens if I make an offer and my current home is not sold yet? This is one of the most common situations I work through with our clients, and it's genuinely one of the most misunderstood parts of the entire buying process. Today I'm going to walk you through a contractual tool called subject to sale clause, what it is, how it actually protects you, and what sellers think of it, how to write one strategically, and the one high stakes moment buried inside of it that most buyers never see coming until they're right in the middle of it. That last part is the 72-hour bump clause. And that's what I want you to fully understand before you ever write one of these offers. It is the moment where a protective clause can flip into a financial trap if you are not prepared. And I'm going to show you exactly how to be prepared. The subject to sale clause exists because of a very specific problem that most homeowners face. For the majority of people in Prince George who are making a move, the down payment on the next home is not sitting in the bank account. It's locked inside their current home as equity. It's not liquid. You can't access it until that home sells and closes. So if you purchase a new home before your existing one sells, you're now carrying two mortgages simultaneously. On two Prince George properties, that could mean $4,000 to $5,000 or more in combined monthly payments, before you factor in property taxes, utilities, insurance on both homes. The subject to sale clause is the mechanism designed to prevent that exposure entirely. A subject to sale clause is a condition you include in your offer to purchase a new home. It states that your obligation to complete that purchase is contingent on the firm sale of your existing property, and gives you a defined window of time to make that happen. In Prince George, that window is typically 30 to 60 days, though the exact time frame is negotiable and should be discussed with your realtor based on how your current home is likely to move. If your current home does not sell within that time frame, you have the legal right to walk away from the new purchase. Your deposit is returned, the contract collapses, and you're not on the hook financially for anything. Now let's talk about this from the seller's side, because understanding their perspective is what makes you a smarter buyer. When a seller receives a subject to sale offer, what they are actually being asked to do is take their home off the active market while they wait to see if your home sells. That's a real risk to them. If your home does not sell within the agreed window, the deal falls apart and they are now weeks behind where they could have been if they just waited for a cleaner offer. For that reason, subject to sale offers are consistently viewed as weaker than clean unconditional offers. In a competitive pocket of Prince George, such as Heritage, College Heights, or parts of the Heart, or any property that has generated genuine buyer interest, a seller sitting with a clean offer alongside a subject to sale offer is almost always going to take the clean one, even if it is slightly lower in price. The certainty of a clean offer is worth more to most sellers than a higher number with a condition attached. Where subject to sale offers work well is in a slower market, on properties that have been sitting for a while, or in situations where the seller has flexibility on timing and is not under pressure to move quickly. Your offer price, possession date flexibility, the condition of your current home, and your agent's relationship with the listing agent all carry more weight when you're bringing a conditional offer to the table. Writing a subject to sale offer is not just about inserting a clause into a contract, it's about structuring the entire offer so the seller feels as comfortable as possible accepting it despite the condition attached. The time frame you request needs to be realistic. Asking for 60 days when homes in your neighborhood sell in 3 weeks Asking for 60 days when homes in your neighborhood sell in 3 weeks makes you look uncommitted. Asking for 30 days when your home genuinely needs that long puts you under unnecessary pressure. Your realtor should be advising you based on your home's condition, price point, and the current pace of your specific neighborhood. Your current home's readiness matters enormously. A subject to sale offers far more credibility when your existing home is already listed or ready to be launched the moment the offer is accepted. If you're telling a seller your home will sell in 30 days, but it's not even on the market yet, that is a much weaker position than saying it is already live and active. In many cases, getting your home to market first significantly strengthens your negotiating position. You also need to be competitive on price. A subject to sale offer that is also below market value is very unlikely to be accepted unless the property has been sitting for months. The condition is already a concession from the seller's perspective. Do not compound it with a low price. Here's the part I want you to fully understand before you write one of these offers. When a seller accepts a subject to sale offer, they will almost always insist on including what is called a 72-hour bump clause. This is their escape hatch, and it fundamentally changes the nature of the deal. Here's exactly how it works. While your subject to sale condition is active, the seller continues to market the property. If they receive a second offer from another buyer that is clean and unconditional, they can formally notify you in writing. From the moment that notification is delivered, you have 72 hours to make a decision, assuming that offer was unconditional. You either remove all your conditions and commit to the purchase unconditionally, or you step aside and the seller takes the other offer. Your deal collapses, your deposit is returned, and you're back to square one. Here's where the real danger lives. When that 72-hour notification arrives, the emotional pressure is intense. You have found a home you want, you have mentally moved in, and now you have 3 days to decide whether to go unconditional. But going unconditional means you're legally and financially committed to purchasing that property. There's no condition left to protect you, no exit. If your existing home is not sold by the time your new purchase needs to close, you're now carrying 2 mortgages with no way out, and your lender is not going to advance funds you do not have. At that point, people turn to private lenders, and private lenders price that risk accordingly. Significantly higher rates and substantial fees, it is an entirely avoidable position. The rule is this: do not waive your conditions under a 72-hour bump unless your current home has a completely firm unconditional sale already in place. Not a conditional offer where the buyer still has subjects to remove. Not a verbal agreement, but firm. Unconditional, all conditions removed. Done. If your home is only conditionally sold when that clock starts, the financially safe move is to let the deal go and keep looking. There will be another home. If you do get bumped and your home has not sold, the first call goes to your realtor and the second goes to your mortgage broker. Establish where your current home actually stands. Get a real number on what carrying 2 mortgages look like from your specific situation. Look at your home's market position honestly. If it is priced right and actively marketed, the odds of it selling soon are reasonable. If it has had no activity, something needs to be changed before you write another subject to sale offer. Here's the ideal sequence and the position you want to be in, if at all possible. List your current home first. Price it correctly from day one based on actual comparable sales in your specific neighborhood. Get it to a firm unconditional sale. Once that is in place, you know your proceeds. Your lender can confirm your full purchasing power, and when you write an offer on your next home, you have no conditions attached. You are the buyer every seller in PG wants. If listing first is generally not possible and you need to shop before you sell, the subject to sale clause is still a valid tool. Price your home aggressively enough to sell within your window. Have it showing condition from day one. Coordinate with your realtor and mortgage broker from the start and have a clear pre-decided answer for what you will do if that 72-hour clock starts before your home is sold firm. Going in with that preparation is completely different from going in hoping for the best. I hear the concern every time I say this. What if you sell and cannot find anything? In Prince George, we typically have enough inventory that a buyer with a firm sale and a reasonable possession window can find a suitable property without being stuck in temporary housing for months. The risk of being briefly between homes is manageable. The risk of carrying 2 mortgages is significantly more expensive. Whether you're upsizing into College Heights, moving across town from the heart, transitioning out of a family home and heritage, or relocating to Prince George from another market, this process is completely manageable when you go in prepared. The subject to sale clause is a legitimate and useful tool. You just need to understand it. And navigating the PG real estate market doesn't have to be stressful. I have a free seller's guide if you're planning to list, a relocation guide for anyone moving to Prince George. But if you're looking to buy and want more tailored information, ask for my Home Buyers program. On top of the buyer's guide, I'll send you exclusively weekly videos and emails to walk you through the entire process step by step. Just comment the word guide below, tell me which one fits your situation, and I'll send the link right over. And when you're ready to actually look at homes or list your property, easiest way to connect is to call, text, or email. All those details are in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.